Hey guys, Gathering Magic back again. This is a game that I found on YouTube in my recommended videos section. It's a game called Stoneshard. I guess it came out in 2020. It's still in the beta mode, but I wanted to share it with you guys because it actually is a lot of fun. It's the type of game that I really like to play. It's kind of a cross between some elements of like Diablo 2, Ultima Online, kind of set in medieval times. Let's play. Let's get started. We're going to start a new game, and I'm going to show you the prologue. So this gives you an introduction to the game and kind of the backstory.
Damn it. Where am I?
You are awake, just in time for the ritual. We'll have a use for you so very soon. Don't try anything funny or you'll end up like one of your friends. Perhaps I should check on him again. All that fresh blood, that must have drained by now.
Curses. Doesn't look like we won that fight. I need to get out of here before this bastard returns. Looks like my shackles are rusted to the core.
So this game gives you a really nice step-by-step introduction on how the game works, how the different skills and all that works. So right now it's showing the health, and it gives you a little tool tip here. Open your inventory by pressing the I key. So you can either hit this icon or press I. This opens your inventory where you can move around equipment. You can click and drag. So it says remove the shackles to free yourself. So you just click on the shackles, and then you can either put them in your inventory, but since they're not worth anything and you don't want to keep them, you can just drop them on the ground. So now you're out of your shackles. So one of the things you can do is you want to kind of look at items that are in your area. If there is any kind of a treasure, when you hover over it, you'll get the gold chest icon. So let's click on that.
Poor Locke. Your bad feeling was spot on this time.
And just like in most games, you always want to loot the body.
They didn't search him. Bad move. No offense, buddy, but you won't need all these things anymore.
Yep. Can't use it when you're face down and dead. So now you can search. So you go over it, left mouse click, and you can see items on the body. So here's some bread. Food, hunger, and thirst are big in this game, so you want to make sure you always have food. This is your water skin that carries water that has several different uses. And these are lockpicks, which you can use as many times as you need to. Every time that you fail a lockpick attempt, it uses one of the uses that you can see, 3 of 3. So basically you can fail 3 times before you need to get new lockpicks. Okay, so we've looted the body, and it shows the icon up on the top that looks like a drumstick. This is your hunger condition. As you grow more and more hungry, your stats go down, your health goes down, your energy restoration goes down. So you want to make sure that you eat whenever you see the hunger icon. Next to it is the light thirst. So to drink, you just right click on the water skin. You have several different options. You can pour it over something, throw it. If you have 2 water skins, you can merge them together. You can drop it or just drink from it. So we're going to drink. That will get rid of the thirst, and then we will eat the bread. But I'm going to wait a little while and eat the bread when the hunger gets a little more serious. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is we need to get out of here. So you click on the door, and it shows that it's locked. Now to unlock it, what you're going to do is you're going to right click and click pick, and that opens the door. So now it says find the way out.
I hope I'm not alone, survivor. Got to arm myself and find the rest.
Okay, so one way you can look and see what items are on the ground, you can kind of see right here there's an iron bar. You can kind of see it's kind of glowing a little bit. What you do is you hold the Alt key, and this will show you basically all items in your area. So we're going to go ahead and click on the iron bar, and we're going to equip the iron bar so we have at least some sort of a weapon in case we run into someone. If there is an item that you can destroy and see if there's anything inside, like a barrel, when you hover over it, you'll get like your sword icon. So go ahead and click it. We destroyed the barrel. There's nothing inside. could take a look at some of the nearby cages. There is a body in this cage up here. So let's go ahead and pick that lock, go in, loot this body. Okay, here's an unidentified ring. So it's blue, which means it's magical, but the thing is, it may be cursed. So for now, we're not going to equip it, but we definitely are going to pick that up. There's some more shackles that basically have no value. So let's go down, let's look over here. So it looks like the wall is here, so there's nothing to do on this side other than we're going to bust these barrels open. Maybe there's something inside. Nope, no item there. Now let's go over and check this other body. Once again, pick the lock, go inside. Okay, now this one is a ring. So this, if I was playing a caster, would give you +3 to your energy. Your energy bar is this blue bar on the bottom, which is 100. The 97 is your health. It has a good gold value, so definitely we're going to pick this up. May end up selling it. Rusted shackles, we don't need those. Okay, so let's move on cautiously out. Another thing that you can do is if you hit the S key, this shows all of your skills and abilities that you have. The ones that are kind of grayed out are ones that are not currently in the game yet. So you have your weapons for the different weapon types. You have basic utility, survival, dual wielding, combat mastery, that kind of thing for utility. And then if you're playing a caster, there's 3 different types for sorcery. At this point in the prologue, we can't unlock anything yet, but you get to that by hitting the S key to open abilities. If you hit the C key, that opens your character. So this shows your character stats. All your stats start at 10. If you hover over the stat, it will tell you what each of the stats do. So like perception is a good one because it gives you plus to your vision, so you can see further, and it gives you 5% for critical and miracle chances. And this shows our level 1, no experience, and some in-depth if you are into numbers, everything to do with magic, damage resistance, survival, all that good stuff. Okay, so let's continue on. We're going to go kind of slow because I know eventually we're going to run into
Cages
somebody.
are unlocked and blood trails are fresh. Looks like everyone was taken somewhere. Seems like I was the only one to be left in the dungeon. That's strange.
Okay, so once again, there's no items here. There is a body up there, but let's go ahead and get these barrels. Nothing there. Let's check this corpse. There is another ring. Same thing, energy and power. So I'm not really using energy, but definitely will pick that up if that is something I can sell later. Let's check the body up here. Nothing. Okay. Oh, once you search an item, if you go to search it again, when you hover over it, you will get a gray chest icon instead of gold. That means you've already looked at that item and or that object, and there's nothing worth looting. Okay, so let's close our inventory window.
How did you get out? You are dead!
Okay, now we're going to have our first combat. Now everything in here is turn-based. So it's unlike Diablo 2, where monsters, if they see you, will just come up to you and start attacking you. It goes turn by turn. So if you want to skip your turn, you can just press the space bar. To kill a guard, you approach him, press your left mouse, and you'll just start hitting back and forth. You can also inspect your enemies by right-clicking on them, and this will show you basically their health and other information. So if I right-click and click inspect, show it as a cultist, he's hostile, he's at 100% health and energy, he has a little bit of resistance to arcane magic, a lot of resistance to unholy magic, he is poor against sacred resistance. We don't have any magic at this point, so we're just going to fight him hand to hand, but before that I'm going to destroy the barrel, see if there's something inside. There's nothing there. Okay, so I'm going to hit the space bar, because if I move here, he will get an attack in. So I'll hit the space bar, let him come to me. Okay, so now we'll just attack. And we defeated the cultists, and he dropped a shiv, which is a weapon. So go ahead and pick up that weapon, see if it's better than the iron bar. Yeah, they're about the same. They're both not very good, but we'll hang on to it for now. Okay, so now we've pretty much searched this area. So now what we want to do is go to the door. Open the door. It's locked, so we'll right click on it, pick it. Now another thing I want to look at. Okay, J is your journal, so this will show you the current quest you're on. If you get to the point it's not available in prologue, you have a map. But I want to look at skills because I thought there was a basic skill. It probably hasn't popped up yet. It'll pop up when you come in this room. So as we go forward,
burn, bled to death. Such a foolish way to go. Looks like there is a trap. I have to take a look around unless I want to share his fate.
Okay, so this introduces you to the idea of traps. So there is a skill called Examine Surroundings. This is basically to kind of take a very good close look at the area that you're in your line of sight, and sometimes you will discover traps. So it's also possible to reliably discover all hidden traps using your vision by using Examine Surroundings. The skill has just been added to your hotbar. So this is in number 1. So if I hit the number 1 key, this will show that indeed there is a trap right in front of me. The trap has been revealed. All that's left to do is disarm it. Summon the trap's context menu by pressing the right mouse button. So I'm going to hover over it, hit the right mouse button. I'm going to try to disarm it. Chance to disarm is 100%. So it is now disarmed. So if I had not disarmed the trap and stepped on it, I would have taken damage and possibly died. So you always want to make sure when you go through dungeons, especially when you go in new rooms, you always want to make sure you hit the 1 key and examine your surroundings. And disarming that trap also gave me a little bit of experience. So you earn experience in the game not just by killing, you earn it by disarming traps, you earn it by reading books, reading notes, discovering new areas. So it's not just simply grinding monsters to get experience. So this body has a sash, so negative 1% fumble chance, so we'll just put that on.
Damn, I forgot about my leg. Hurts more and more. I need to find something to treat the wound before it festers.
So in this game you can get wounded. So now I'm down to 50% health. So now they're introducing the ideas of pain and minor leg injury. So once again, if you hit the C key and you click on the heart icon, this will show your health. So this is showing that I have a minor leg injury to my right leg. So what I want to do is I want to find some things that I can use to heal my leg. Right now I don't really have anything in my inventory that will do that. So I need to keep an eye out for some sort of healing salves or some bandages, anything that looks like it would help heal my leg. And while you're in pain, also your morale goes down, your chance to fumble goes up, you don't heal as well. So as in real life, being wounded is a bad thing. Let's go ahead and open this door. Okay. Another thing you can do, let me go back, close the door. Another thing you can do in this game is rest to try to get some of your health back. So you just hit the R key, and you can see my health is coming back slowly. So I'm going to sit here until my health comes back. Basically it says every 7 turns you get some of your health back, and it's usually 3 or 4 points. So definitely want to make sure that we are healed. Okay. Then once you perform an action, you go out of rest mode. Now let's open the door.
All these boxes will surely find something in them.
Yep, hopefully there's something good in the boxes. So once again, if I hold the Alt key, this will show me everything in here that I can kind of take a look at. So there's a crate. Here we go. So here's a lot of healing items. So here are bandages, and this is to use to stop bleeding. So if you have a bleeding effect on you, you can use a bandage to stop that. Healing salves are used to heal specific parts of your body. Splints are used if you have a serious injury. Antidote is good for removing poison, and there is poison in this game, so you definitely want to make sure you have antidotes if available. And an Aether Inhaler is used for pain, so if your pain becomes super unbearable and you're in severe pain, you take a shot of the inhaler, and that will help you for a bit.
Can use this to patch up my leg.
Okay. So now, open the Health tab. Here you'll find everything you need to know about your character's health, hunger, thirst, intoxication, and all that. You will receive injuries when your body part's condition drops below a certain threshold. Okay, you should start with stabilizing your injury. Hover over your right leg's condition bar. Open its context window by hitting on the right mouse button. And we're going to apply a splint. Okay. Stabilized injuries retain their negative effect but no longer accumulate pain. When your body part condition is restored to a certain threshold, it will heal on its own. And you can accelerate it by using a healing salve. So we'll right click on it again, do the apply healing salve, and there we go. The lower your health, the higher your pain limit. Pain makes healing less effective and can even kill you if it reaches high enough numbers. You can get rid of it with a variety of painkillers, an inhaler for instance. Use it to reduce your pain. So as you can see, this is highlighted, so we're going to go ahead and right click and use it. Most painkillers are toxic and will increase your intoxication. Intoxication is detrimental to your character's condition and is incredibly dangerous if it reaches high enough numbers. And I found that out when I was playing just a little while ago. I used too many things to kill my pain. My intoxication became toxic and I was in a very bad situation. So now you can inject an antidote to get rid of the intoxication. So now we're going to right click on the antidote, use it, that gets rid of the intoxication. You feel better, but your health is still low. Now you can use rest mode. So that is, like I said earlier, pressing the R key.
That's better. At least I'll live. Time to move.
Okay, so now we are healthy. Move out, well done. Search other containers, arm yourself, and continue pressing forward. Okay, and if you hit the Alt key, so here is a doublet. Definitely want that. That is a chest piece that offers some protection, physical resistance, bleed resistance, dodge chance, and much better than tattered rags. So definitely use that. Let's get some shoes. So now we have some shoes. So we're starting to gear up a little bit so we're not just a completely naked hero. Here's a rack that should have some weapons. Okay, so now we can get some weapons. So we're going to get rid of the iron bar. Definitely want to get ranged, so we're going to get a bow and arrows. To switch to your second set of equipable weapons, you can switch weapons by clicking W or this icon right here. So for the other side, we're definitely going to use a shield, and then it's up to you whether you want to use a hatchet for slashing damage or a homemade sword. Well, they both do slashing damage. This does a little bit more. So we're going to go ahead and grab the hatchet. Don't need the crowbar now. I can drop that on the ground or put it in here. I'll just set it in there. Not going to worry about carrying any more weapons, because now that I think about it, I don't think you can take these items with you once you finish the prologue. So let's go ahead and open the door. Open the gates, go through the hallway. So I'm going to switch weapons so that my bow is ready, so if I come across any enemies, I can go ahead and shoot them with my bow. What's this door right here? It won't budge, it's locked from the other side. So I can't go out that way, so I just have to go down the hallway. I'm going to hit 1, which I should have done earlier to look for traps. No traps. Nope, here's an enemy. So to shoot him, you can see I have the bow and arrow icon over him. We're going to head and shoot. And don't be surprised if you miss a lot in this game. Actually, it's a miracle if you hit in the beginning. Okay, so now we're going to switch weapons. Just fight him hand to hand. And we just leveled up. So every time you level up, you get a new ability, and you can improve one of your attributes. You can also get stronger by acquiring new attributes and getting better equipment. Okay. Assign your stat points. Open the character menu C. Okay, so now we have one stat point that we can use. So if I go for strength, that will give me a better chance to block and do 3% body part damage, give me more weapon damage. If I go for agility, it gives me a better chance of dodging. Hand efficiency, move resistance. Perception will give me better vision range. So like when you're out in the wild, you can only see a certain distance around you. Now you'll be able to see farther. Vitality gives you extra health, block power, control resistance, and then willpower gives you magic. So I think for this build, just for the prologue, we're going to put an extra point in vitality to just give some extra health. And then if I hit S, this will open basic skills. So backstab is a basic ability. Let's go for, since we're using, what do we have, a little hatchet? Let's see what it'll allow me to do. Just for the sake of doing the prologue. Looks like everything is pretty much locked for the prologue. There's not a whole lot you can do as far as weapons. We don't have magic. So it looks like the only item I can get is backstab. Huh, maybe in the prologue it doesn't allow you to do anything. Okay, so we'll just press forward. So once again, you can see all my arrows on the ground, so I can want to pick up my arrows as I go forward. Okay. So now we have a door down here, so I want to go ahead and switch to my bow again. And just a word, just so you guys know, if I have my bow ready and I go to click on like an item over here, like a barrel, it will shoot an arrow at that barrel and I will lose the arrow. So you always want to make sure if you're searching containers that you're not equipped with a ranged weapon, that you have your melee weapon. So let's go ahead and check these. Cupboard, there's some ale. There's an hourglass that you can sell.
Bah. A pyromantic treatise. Just like the good old times in the academy. Got to recall a spell or two.
Okay, pick up the treaties. So treaties are books that also allow you to learn skills. So I'm going to pick up the treaty. And to read it, you just right click on it. Click read. And this will unlock some spells. So there are different treaties for different skills in the game. So now you can open up your attribute menu by hitting the S key. We're going to go to Pyromancy and spend a point to learn Fire Barrage. So I'm going to learn Fire Barrage, so I will click on that. You're about to learn Fire Barrage, confirm, and this puts it on my hotbar. So now I have a spell that I can use to attack my enemies. And just like in Diablo 2, there's a skill tree. Certain skills unlock once you learn previous skills. It looks like you only need to put 1 point in each, so you don't level one up like multiple times. Once you learn a spell, you know that spell and that's it. To unlock the next one, you either have to find that treaty or you have to have higher attributes. Like hovering over this, it says I have to invest at least 6 more points into a combination of agility, perception, or willpower. So it doesn't mean 6 in each, it just means 6 total divided amongst those 3 abilities. So that is how you learn spells, is through leveling up or by finding treaties. Okay, so it looks like we've discovered everything in this room. So let's go ahead and open the door. It's locked, so we'll pick it. It's now open. As we can see, there's another treatise in here. Here's a guy. So let's try our new spell. So I'm going to click on the number 2, which is where the spell is located for Fire Barrage. This, where it's highlighted, shows the range of the spell. So we definitely can hit him. So we hit him, did some damage. He moved around it slightly. As you can see, it has a recharge, so it's going to take 6 turns before I can use it again. So I didn't equip my bow, but what I can do is I can go ahead and close the door. If I go back one, close the door, go back again, go back again, go back again. Now I can use my fire barrage for a second time. Hit him again. So we're going to back up. Oh, and he died. He is now roasted marshmallow. Okay. And we earned 250 experience from that. So now we're going to go and collect this book. Right-click the book. Read it. And this will give you some more lore about what's going on in the game. So you can read that if you wish. And reading the book gave us 10 experience. Alright, so now there's a diary page. Same type of thing. You have the page in your inventory. Let's go ahead and drop some of the useless items. Read the diary page. Give you more information on what's going on. And now, as you can see, this is highlighted. This goes down to another level. So now we go down to the next level. Now we are in the archives. So once again, I want to make sure I don't have my bow, so I'm equipped with my hatchet and shield. We're going to bust these open, see if there's anything in them. There's another diary page we can read. Here's a bookcase we can search. This has a treatise, geomantic treatise. So we're going to pick that up, right-click it, read it. And that gave us 100 experience. I'm trying to think if that gave us a skill. Geomantic treatise 1. Okay, so it unlocked these 2 skills, Stone Armor and Runic Boulder, but I need to level up, get a skill point to be able to select one of these 2 skills. Okay, there's diary page number 2 or 3. So we have the other 2 diary pages. So I already read number 1. There's number 2, can read that. And number 3, can read that. And then once you read them, they're of no longer use, so you can just drop them. Same thing with the treaties. You can drop those if you wish. Let's check out the shelf. So we have an identification scroll, which we're going to use it. So right click on it, click use, and we have that ring. So let's see what that ring is. Impenetrable copper ring will give us some bleed resistance, 1% health restoration, 5% physical resistance, and 5 energy, so very nice. So we are going to use that ring. Okay, what else is there in here? A couple more bookshelves to check out. So a disenchantment scroll, so if you have an item that is cursed, this will get rid of the curse. Have another identification scroll, which is always handy. So bookshelves are a good place to get scrolls. There's another identification scroll. Another enchantment scroll. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these books. I've already read them. And even though they have good sell value, you can't take things from the prologue. So really no point in hanging on to this stuff, I guess. Okay. So we've searched everything. Highlight over that. Looks like everything is searched. I'm going to just... Yep, nothing else hidden. So now we'll go to the next level. And now we're in the finale. So now it's basically you're on your own. You need to survive and get to the next floor. Remember, you are not the chosen one. Many enemies are just as powerful as you are. Be careful, don't just charge ahead. Go slow, avoid fighting multiple opponents at once. And use your surroundings. Okay guys, probably going to end the video here. Don't want to spoil too much more of it. This is the prologue. It is kind of tough once you get to this point. Like I said, Stoneshard's a lot of fun. It's very in-depth. I love the old school graphics. I love the medieval feel. One of the things that I really like about the game, as far as like your character and your equipment and all that, is the fact that your equipment is very realistic for the time period. Like, it looks like medieval armor and, you know, just kind of cloth and leather and stuff that they would have back in the day. It doesn't have like your sword that glows 15 different colors and shoots, you know, laser beams. You don't have the super, you know, shiny mythical armor. You know, it's not super way over the top. You're not swinging a sword and doing 10,000 points of damage. You know, you're not a whirlwind barbarian just killing, you know, 10-15 enemies at once. If you find 2 or 3 opponents at once, you are going to run away or you will die. So combat is very tough. It is challenging. There are animals in the wilderness, you know, wolves, bears, things like that. And just like in real life, if you come across a bear, you better be well prepared, you better be skillful, or that bear will kill you. It's not like other games where you can just go up to a wolf or a bear and just, you know, swing a couple times and know it's dead. So it's a very challenging game, very fun game, very old school graphics, love the feel of it. Let me know what you guys think of it. I believe it's available on Steam. I think there are other ways you can get downloads maybe for free online, but if you really like the game, I think it's like 25 bucks to purchase it on Steam. Let me know in the comments if you think it looks interesting. Have you heard of the game? It's been out for a couple years, but you know, I just heard about it and really enjoying playing it. And if you'd like to see more Stoneshard videos in the future, especially ones where I'm out of the prologue and just out and about in the world doing quests and doing contracts, let me know in the comments. Until then, keep on forging.